Bank.
I'll go with our quick tour. Over the years, this bank has been many things. In 1833, it opened up for its original purpose as a bank. It was open until 1842 when it closed on paper due to mismanagement. The bank was $1 million in debt, which with inflation is a lot more money nowadays. Millions and millions. After that, of course, everybody who had money in the bank lost their money. So they came and got their money back the only way they could. They took everything that wasn't nailed down. Curtains, tables, chairs. But after all that, the building ended up becoming a private residence. And it stayed private residence until the Civil War hit. At which point, the control of Decatur passed back and forth about 9 times, I believe, with the ending in the Union control. Well, Union forces were using the bank as a field hospital. They were doing surgery in the vault, and upstairs were holding Confederate soldiers, the prisoners. In front of the bank, the Battle of Decatur happened, which covered about 3 square blocks. Once the Civil War passed, one of the surgeons who enjoyed the area came back, bought the land the bank was on all the land around it, and for a time had his practice here until some family came to live with him, in which he turned the entire building back into a homestead and moved his practice. And that only covered a short period of time in the bank's history. So over that time, in no particular order, it was a bank twice, because it also became the first national bank for Decatur. It has been one of Decatur's first newspapers was printed upstairs. It was a boarding house where you get a bed and meal for 25 cents. The bank at one point has been both a legal and illegal saloon, and we have actual archival newspaper article talking about when the sheriff came in to raid the place and tore the floorboards up to get the whiskey barrels. There's been the American Legion had the building for many years and used it as one of their auxiliary buildings, and it was in their control from about 1945 or so till 1974, at which point it had gotten to a bit of a bad repair. It was more than they could afford to upkeep. So they turned it over to the city of Decatur, who refurbished it, got it back to the way it would have been when it first opened up, and put it under the umbrella of Parks and Rec to take care of, which is where I come. We got it back open in 1985 to do tours, and as I say, we've been here ever since.
All right.
Okay. Decatur is named Decatur. Of course, a lot of people know it was named after Commodore Stephen Decatur. But the reason why is interesting. Fact 1, Commodore Decatur never came to this town. Didn't even pass by. But he was friends with the president at the time. And Commodore Decatur got to a duel with another Commodore, which at that time was an accepted thing. It was getting frowned upon, but it happened. But needless to say, it didn't go well for Commodore Decatur. He was shot and killed. And the president, being so upset that his friend died, issued an executive order that every state in the Union should have a Decatur, which is why when you go around the country, you find Decatur, Illinois, Decatur, Georgia, Decatur, Michigan. Any state that was a state during his presidency got a Decatur. Because before that, Decatur was known as Rose Ferry Landing. So after that, we ended up Decatur.